Research and planning. Research. First, we researched location. We went to Hanworth Park to look for a bench in an open path where we took photos and we could decide where we wanted to film there. We also needed a house scene for the indoor second scene. So we looked around and we asked our friends if we could use their house. After taking photos at the location and compared it to other locations to see which was best, we needed a small area with a desk. Second research we did was questionnaire. We asked both males and females questions like, would you watch thrillers in cinema? 80% of both male and female said they would. Moreover, we asked them what their favourite genre was. Males preferred action, whereas females liked comedy and romance. This meant that we know what type of thriller we could do. For example, if we were aiming for a male audience, we could do an action type thriller. We also looked at age ratings. We looked at the BBFC guidelines to see what was allowed in the 15, for example. And we found out that there was only allowed a minimum amount of swearing and only certain topics. For example, over the top use of drugs was not allowed. This meant that we knew what we could film to make ours a 15. We also looked at film listings at a local cinema in Uxbridge, and we found that 3 out of the 10 on show were thrillers, which were Taken 3, Ex Machina, and The Gambler. This let us know what type of thrillers were in cinemas at the moment. As all 3 are very action-based, we knew that this was quite popular at the time. Costume. We researched into other thrillers to see what type of costumes were used. For example, the Joker in The Dark Knight, as he's wearing a suit and a mask. So we thought that on the hair, we thought we could use that to compare it to ours. We also researched into conventions of thriller, which are to have good use of tension, lots of awkward close-ups and extreme close-ups, drawn out long shots, and the use of music and sound to make tension. Finally, we researched into music. We looked at what was allowed through copyright and the public domain. Originally, we wanted to look at Frank Sinatra because it fitted our sort of psycho theme. However, this was copyrighted, so we researched a public domain site and we found Billie Holiday when we looked at a domain-free site.
Also, we considered composing our own music for our thriller opening, but we decided that it would not deliver the effect that we wanted due to our musical capabilities. After doing research into copyright-free music, we discovered that songs under public domain were not copyrighted. We decided to search a public domain website and found the song They Can't Take That Away From Me by Billie Holiday. We decided that this song fit the nature of our thriller opening as it added a disturbing element to the video. The lyrics also fit the plot of the video, with lyrics such as, "No, they can't take that away from me," referring to the killing of the antagonist's friend in the photo that he is holding. One example of our planning is a storyboard we've produced which portrayed a rough idea of how the scenes would be played out, with detailed notes on the composition, duration of shots, and types of camera shots and angles. Whenever we feel that we've lost how our initial idea was going to be portrayed, we can always refer back to our blogs, which has all of our research and planning documented in it. A step forward from our storyboard is putting it in the form of an animatic, which allowed us to put both diegetic and non-diegetic sound alongside the pictures, so we can see the environment and mood, and whether if it works with our pictures. If we ever need to remember what mood or atmosphere we're trying to portray, we can look back on our mood board, which offered the emotions and nature of the thriller opening. Before we started filming, we had to arrange where we were going to film, when we were going to do this, and who we were going to use as our actor. The first thing we arranged was where we had to film in the park scene. James recommended his local park in Hanworth, and we went there and took pictures and sent them to us to see if it was suitable. After we agreed on using Hanworth for the park scene, we had to arrange where we were going to film the indoor scene and who was going to be our actor. We asked our friend Max, as he is a drama student, and his house fits the criteria of what we needed for a setting. Another example of our planning is the use of the shot type list. This is the list of the shot types we were planning to use in our opening, and it ranges from a close-up, establishing shot, mid-shot, over-the-shoulder shot, low angle, high angle, point of view, and tracking shot. our main shot that we were going to use was the extreme close-up because if it's thriller genre and it creates a sense of unease towards the audience.